Hey, welcome to Theater for the New City, our annual extravaganza. Very different this year. And so I decided to do some old American songs, maybe even patriotic songs that we maybe sang in school as children. And I just was thinking about how divided the country is, and I just think we can come together through these old songs. And I didn't know much about them, so I learned as well. And I've never really sung them before, so we're going to sing them here. And I just wish everybody a happy Halloween, and we'll miss the big party. But I did want to get started. I'm going to do a spiritual into a Woody Guthrie song called "Pretty Boy Floyd," and then I'm also going to do another Woody Guthrie song called "This Land Is Your Land," which everyone might know, but the story behind that, you might know Woody Guthrie traveled the country from coast to coast, and then he wrote this song actually when he arrived from Oklahoma to New York City in 1940, and he was in a dive hotel, and he wrote this song about his experiences, and actually as a response to Irving Berlin's song "God Bless America." Anyway, happy Halloween, and I will talk a little bit about the American songs because I want everyone to know a little bit about these history of these songs are amazing. And thank you very much. But anyway, I'll just start with, my father's mansion has many rooms, with room for all of his children, as long as we do share his love, and see that all are free, and see that all are free to know, and see that all are free to grow, and free to open or to close the door of their own room. My father's mansion has many rooms, with room for all of his children, as long as we do share his love, and see that all are free. Come gather round me, children, there's a story I will tell about Pretty Boy Floyd the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. Was in the town of Shawnee on a Saturday afternoon, his wife beside him in the wagon, and into town they rode. The deputy sheriff approached them in a manner rather rude, using vulgar words of language, and his wife she overheard. Well, Pretty Boy grabbed the long chain, and the sheriff he grabbed the gun, and in the fight that followed, well, he laid the deputy down. Well, he took to the trees and rivers, oh, he's gonna lead a life of shame, and every crime in Oklahoma was added to his name. It was in Oklahoma City, it was on a Christmas day, came a whole carload of groceries and a letter that did say, well, you say that I'm an outlaw, and you say that I'm a thief. Well, here's your Christmas dinner for the families on relief. Well, as through this world I've rambled, I've seen some funny men. Some are gonna rob you with a 6-gun, some will do it with a fountain pen. Oh, some are gonna rob you with a 6-gun, some will do it with a fountain pen. la 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 la. Ha la 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 la. Well, as through this world I've rambled, I've seen some funny men. Some are gonna rob you with a six-gun. Some will do it with a fountain pen. Oh, some are gonna rob you with a six-gun. Some will do it with a fountain pen. Ah, la 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 la. Ah, la 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 la. Ah, la 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 la. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me the golden skyway. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, a voice was chanting and a fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. All right, so I want to move on to some American songs now again, still American songs. This one is interesting enough. I looked it up. Well, we all knew it was written by Irving Berlin, brilliant songwriter, who actually wrote it in 1918 while he was in the U.S. Army during World War I. He revised it actually in 1938, and as a peace song, believe it or not, is what he was thinking. However, in 1918, there was a music critic, I mean, today unknown, I have to look him up. I didn't finish looking him up. Jody Rosen was a music critic, and he criticized Irving Berlin at the time, saying that, oh, you took part of the melody from that 1906. It was a Jewish novelty song called "When Moishi and His Nose Led the Band," and so maybe it was a vaudeville song or something. But anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting how Irving Berlin was criticized. However, in 1938, he revised it as a peace song because he saw war was coming. and of course, being Jewish, knew that Jewish people were under persecution in Germany. So anyway, God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night, from the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, to the bone. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. And I'm going to recite the next part, the next verse here. It says, while the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. Irving Berlin. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night, from the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, it's fun. Anyway, now I got into these other songs that were kind of like just, I don't know, in my head about, military anthems. And so the two most famous ones that I know were the Marine hymn and the U.S. Army anthem. So I'll go one into the other. But the Marine hymn is very interesting because it was written by Jacques Offenbach in 1859 for a comic opera called Geneviève de Brabant, and expanded to 3 acts in 1867. But then the official version didn't really come out until 1929. So, and I'm just going to do one quick part of this, which everyone probably has heard before, but from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air and land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. And now the U.S. Army anthem, very interesting, written by First Lieutenant Edmund Louis Snitz was his nickname, Gruber, in 1908, while he was in the Philippines with the U.S. Army in the Philippines, and he must have heard one of the chiefs say, "Keep on moving, keep on rolling," and so he thought of how the caissons, and a caisson is a wheeled cart, in case anyone didn't know that. But anyway, so he wrote this in 1908. Over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter march right about, and the caissons go rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, he, in a field of artillery. Shout out the numbers loud and strong. Forever we go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. In the storm, in the night, action right, action left. See the caissons go rolling along. Limber front, limber near, prepare to mount your cannoneer, and those caissons go rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, he, in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong. Forever we go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. Was it high? Was it low? Where the hell did that one go as those caissons go rolling along? Was it left? Was it right? Now we won't get home tonight, and those caissons go rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, he in the field artillery. Shout out your numbers loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. The caissons go rolling along. The caissons go rolling along. I'm just having fun with this. These are songs I never really thought of ever doing, and so it's just interesting. Anyway, the next one, the lyrics are written by Catherine Lee Bates in 1895, and she never met the gentleman who composed the music to this, and his name was Samuel A. Ward, and he did it. He was a choir master at the Grace Episcopal Church in Newark, New Jersey, and he created the song in 1910. And it's oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrims' feet, whose stern impasse stress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for heroes prove in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God they gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undeemed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Now, what do we have now? Oh, this was interesting. I couldn't believe this. I got all thinking about something. I don't know how I came to this song again, but I don't know if anyone, you're all too probably young, but maybe the elderly people in the audience know Sergeant Barry Sadler. And this was actually the #1 song from 1965 next to the Mamas and the Papas. And I found that just fascinating. Anyway, fighting soldiers from the sky, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say, the brave men of the Green Beret. Silver wings upon their chests, these are men, America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 win the Green Beret. Trained to live off nature's land, trained in combat, hand to hand, men who fight by night and day, courage take a Green Beret. Silver wings upon their chests, these are men, America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 win the Green Beret. Back at home, a young wife waits. Her Green Beret has met his fate. He has died for those oppressed, leaving her this last request. Put silver wings upon my son's chest, make him one of America's best. He'll be the man they'll test one day, have him win the Green Beret. Okay, now I think I've got one more here. So, and everyone knows this one. Actually, it's the Star Spangled Banner. But there was a story that I just read, and I was a history minor. But Francis Scott Key, you kept thinking that he wrote it. He was on the Fort McHenry side because it was a poem at first called Fort McHenry. But actually, he wasn't. He was an attorney. He was a lawyer, and he was negotiating with the British to get the Americans off the prisoners released off the British ship. So he's on the British ship talking to the prisoners below, in wherever they were below, and trying to negotiate their release while this was started and this happened. So he was like, oh, it's kind of like a poem he wrote, like while he was shouting down to them. So I just thought that was an incredible situation that I hadn't realized. But anyway, it was set to music finally in 1931. And I guess he was a great patriot, Francis Scott Key, but he was trying to negotiate the release of the prisoners because it couldn't have been a pretty picture. And this was, of course, War of 1812, not the Revolutionary War, because the British in the Revolutionary War in Brooklyn, they had all of those ships where you have that tower in Fort Greene where all the bones of everybody just died on those ships. There was no way out because they didn't feed them or whatever happened. But anyway. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched, what so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you very much. This is really fun. Appreciate it.